Honestly, this type of situation for me personally just shows me how much smarter the guy is in the situation than the girl is. But y'all could say that she's probably smarter than him for the simple fact that she is willing to have the conversation, even though that's not willing. Because if a willing participant doesn't belittle somebody or take low snobby shots when they're talking about something that they don't like or they heard something they don't like, almost like somebody you're talking to and they speak to you regularly, but then they would say, like, use your name in different references or whatever. You feel me? Like, you know how it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That type of situation. But check this out. Tell me who y'all think. Now, I'm not listening for the delusional people, but this is good learning stuff. Who y'all think is wrong in this scenario?
I'm trying to like hurry up.
Why are we focused on how I'm expressing something? Just focus on what I'm trying to talk about.
We know all of this
It's
stuff.
not what you're trying to talk about. It's what I asked you.
Yeah, and I answered, but then you're like coming at me all weird. That's crazy.
I'm not coming at you.
You call me arrogant. Like, let's.
full of yourself a little
How am I
bit.
full of myself? I don't think of myself being any better than anybody
It's just
else.
my opinion, though. So you can relax.
Yeah,
That's
her
crazy.
opinion.
That's
You
crazy.
can say your
Wow.
That's her
yes.
view.
But anyway, let's just continue on because that's crazy. But I would say I'm either extremely too focused. All right, let's
I'm
change.
sorry.
You hear that, right? He's just a little sensitive. How is he sensitive for you wanting him to answer the question the way you wanted him to answer it, and he answered it his own way? Mind you, we are all our own people. You just didn't like the answer that he gave you, but now he is sensitive for not elaborating more on the situation that you wanted him to answer the way you wanted him to answer. I don't think it works that way. It's like, you can't make somebody, yes, you can ask them different ways to see what they actually think if you don't understand fully. But that's why I said he is smarter than her, for the simple fact is he answered your question and you just didn't understand the answer, because if you did, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying. But how is he sensitive because you don't understand? I don't get it.
I thought he was prepared for
Nah.
me because I'm like, when I talk a little bit,
Why do you have to be like that? Why? What do you get out of it? There's no point to. That's why I said what I said earlier. Like, if you're not willing to have the conversation and get your feelings hurt and not try to belittle somebody, then cool. We not having that conversation. But if you're willing to do that, and then come on, we could talk. We'll talk. What you talking about? But it's like, why? And then you make it seem like the person was doing something when you're the whole one doing the thing. I don't know whose podcast it was. It sounds like it's yours. So you brought them up there, don't like the answer, and then call them sensitive for what? And then say, this is how I am. You don't have to be that way. You know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But okay.
I could be a little blunt. I could be a little.
Nah, it's all right. Just
and I thought you was ready for that.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right.
So
Change the
I
question.
apologize. I'm not trying to.
They miscommunicate or don't understand being disrespectful to being blunt. Like, they can't tell the difference between it. Blunt is telling somebody something the way it is. What you're doing is being disrespectful. That's not blunt. Trust me, you got the two messed up. But if that's what you want to call it, that's what you want to call it, because you can be blunt and people take no offense from it. But you can't be disrespectful and people won't take no offense from it, unless they don't understand what disrespect you're actually telling to them. But at that point, they don't know you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
You cutting me off doesn't mean it's all.
When I have a rule, my rule is whenever it gets to that point, I cut it off.
That's why I said okay. So we can go on to the next.
Let's
thing.
change the question.
I
Sorry.
think she's coming at you.
You see it, right? And then he's gonna say something like, "Oh, it's because of how you act," or all that. It's like, yo, what I do or what I eat don't make you shit. So however I act, as long as I'm not disrespectful blatantly towards your face, then cool. But just because I'm a stand-up character and I don't take bullshit from people, because I can't tell. This is only clip I've seen, but mainly when they talk about people like that, it's just because it's either they're not, because they say red pill, but the real red pill isn't the red pill that everybody thinks. You feel me? Because in my head, red pill was just eye opening, not the pandering red pill, if that makes sense. But let's hear what he has to say.
Like this because of the way you come off.
Yeah, the way he come off. Yeah, it's the way he come off. So it's like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it type shit. So if he's not coming off wrong, unless y'all think he's coming off wrong, I would have to see the whole story to tell you. It's just the interaction is what I was here for.
So a lot of people talk about narcissistic men all the time. Well, let's talk about narcissistic women. These are the signs that a woman is a narcissist. Number one, she plays the victim. Always make herself seem like she's the innocent.
Not all of them, but a good majority do this. Like I said, not all of them, but a good majority do this.
Or people picking with me, people doing things to me, but it's never she doing anything to anyone. She will twist stories to make other people look like the villain, will cry or act distressed to gain sympathy, even if she caused the problem. Use past trauma as excuse for toxic behavior. My mommy cut my hair, gave me a perm when I was younger. That is the reason why I'm like this today. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You just a fucking piece of shit. Needs attention and validation. Narcissistic women are very men driven and men hungry. So they like to get attention from men, validation from men, and they just boy crazy. They use social.
I'll let y'all know I'm not the person. You're not gonna like it, trust me. If that's what, no, not even a little bit, but hey, more power to you.
Needed to show off a perfect life, but really they're very fucking miserable behind closed doors. Extremely jealous and competitive. They cannot stand when another woman gets attention. Downplay or sabotages other people's successes instead of just congratulating them. Will copy somebody she's jealous of and then turn around and lie and say they're copying them. Love when other women fail because it makes her feel superior. Also, narcissistic women loves to gaslight and manipulate. Twist reality to make other people doubt themselves. Calling a lie she will deny, deflect, and then turn around and blame you. She never said that, or you're just imagining things. Also, narcissistic women love to use stonewalling. This is a form of tech that they use for manipulation and control. So they will ignore you, drop the conversation. If you're trying to talk to the person, trying to figure out or fix some things between you and this narcissistic woman, she will drop the conversation, don't want to talk about it, and then use ignoring you as a tactic. That's only to make you feel some type of way. That's an emotional manipulation tactic that most narcissistic women use. Because of confronting issues head on, they like to ignore you or withdraw to make you feel like you're the problem. I feel like women that grew up in dysfunctional households are very big at stonewalling, because if you was raised in an environment where your emotions weren't valid, they may struggle to communicate. So they've learned that the silent treatment is the best way for conflict, and it's honestly is not. Also,
now I can't say that, because some dudes out there is weird. Sometimes the silent treatment be good, but if you're using it as in an argument, then she is absolutely right.
Women with narcissistic traits don't care about other people's feelings. They genuinely don't see the problem with ignoring you. They may ghost people and just avoid accountability altogether. Also, narcissistic women use people as pawns. So friends, family members are just tools for them to use. She keeps you around as long as you serve her, but as soon as you don't serve her anymore, she drop you like a fucking hot potato. She will discard people coldly after she's done. Narcissistic women will even fake friendships with people that they secretly dislike just to get something out of them. Some narcissistic women never apologize. They will cry and play victim to avoid accountability. Narcissistic women.
It's just crazy to think, right? Like when you hear this information and then you go in your head and think about all your past and all that, it's like, damn, was I really with one? That's crazy. So much similarity just coming in, but we can't fully, like, she can't diagnose people, I can't diagnose somebody, so it's understandable, but there's a lot of traits.
Women love to make people jealous, so they enjoy making their partner feel jealous or insecure in relationships. Narcissistic women hate being criticized and dish it out but can't take it. Will attack people with personal insults instead of addressing the issue. You may be having an issue with this woman, you're trying to talk to her on a certain type of level, and now she's insulting you and belittling you in all kinds of ways, when the only thing you're trying to do is communicate. If you expose her toxic behavior, she will blame you and make you the bad guy. Narcissistic women plays hot and cold, pulls people away then pull them back when she wants wants attention. Also, narcissistic women are very fake spiritual. Act spiritual or healed, but is still toxic behind the scenes. Pretends to be sweet, innocent, kind, but has a dark side. Love, preaching self-love, but secretly hate themselves. Friendships don't last with narcissistic women because people eventually see through this bitch. Romantic relationships are often super fucking toxic dealing with a narcissistic woman, full of cheating and drama. If someone cuts a narcissistic woman off, she will play the victim. She will say,
And I don't know. I think all women, when you cut them off, play the victim. To hear the stories, and then you ask like, "Yo, what? For real? Crazy." But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Yes, some of you may even say you've dealt with a narcissistic woman before, but we can't really say that because at the end of the day, it's such a big spectrum for people to cover that everybody could have a little bit of it. You feel me? So the one who is actually that thing has a lot more than these little bitch that she named.